Hello, welcome back to His and Hers Vlogs and another studio session with Ben and Rebecca.
Or, for the sake of humor in this video, Benny the tourist and Ranger Rebecca. Today's video is probably going to stir a few people up, but we're doing it with the best of intentions. America's national parks, absolutely gorgeous, land that needs to be protected. And unfortunately, the experience of visiting the national parks is not all it's cracked up to be. Now, I am referencing the big dogs like Yellowstone, Grand Canyon, Yosemite, Arches, you know, those big ones out west. They literally have busload after busload of people in the traffic in these parks, if you're even allowed to drive in some of the parks. Depending on what type of RV you travel in as well, the bigger it is, the fewer restrictions, or options, I should say, more restrictions.
Yeah, more restrictions.
And less options you're going to have. And then we're dog people.
Yeah, if dogs are part of your family, you're kind of sunk.
Exactly. And lastly, most of the signs start with the word no, or do this, don't do that. But good news, America has a lot of other places you can visit, and it's not just these national parks.
No, we're going to show you actually alternatives. Now, we're going to show you 5 of ours, ones that we've actually visited, but the real value of this video is to create a place that allows you guys, when you view this, to share in the comments below your favorite alternatives to national parks, places that rival what the parks have to offer, but without all of the restrictions. So in the comments below, be sure to hashtag thinkoutsidethepark. And really, if you watch this video, don't just look at our 5 alternatives, because that's just this much compared to what the comments are.
We're not saying these are the best.
No. And if you know of any national parks that are these great little gems that are maybe less traveled to, less visited, put those in the comments below too. We know those exist as well.
First up on the list is California's Eastern Sierra. This is the Sierra Nevada mountain range, runs north-south on the east side of California. Highway 395 runs up the east side of the Sierra from like the 58 up towards like Tahoe-ish, give or take. But you go from high desert with amazing rock formations, Mount Whitney to your left, and you just progress and you start finding these geothermal areas, rivers and creeks for fishing, amazing high country camping. It is absolutely gorgeous. In terms of restrictions, I was able to scoot around on our ATV, all kinds of places.
Just wherever you wanted.
A lot of national forest land. I spent 3 weeks. It wasn't enough. It totally could have been 2 months, and I would have been happy up there.
Yeah. All right, next one up, Goblin Valley. So this was definitely at the top of my favorite places to visit list. We're going to take you just a little south of the 70 in Utah. And no cell phone service, which to us, we love. It's kind of a vacation, but be prepared for that. There's a nice campground there, decent amenities, big campsites. There's a ranger on site, even a little amphitheater where they do stuff in the summertime. But the highlight of this place is the actual Goblin Valley, created by an ancient sea, which obviously isn't there anymore. But these rock formations look like little goblins of all different sizes and shapes, and you put them together in clumps and they make, they look like little cathedrals, and it's fantastic. Yeah. You can hike all back through there. No really restrictions at all on that. I mean, you can go wherever you want. You can go to the slot canyons and hike in that area.
Yeah, up in the San Rafael Swell.
Yep, and you can also ride your ATV all over the place there. We had a lot of fun.
Yep, we spent a long weekend there and it wasn't enough. Okay, next up, Denali National Park. No, screw that. Denali Highway. Take it from us Alaskans. The national park, beautiful. People think it's a zoo.
Well, it's just nature.
Exactly.
It's real life.
But you can't drive your own vehicle in, aside from the road lottery at the end of the summer. So look into that one. So you have to take these buses, and it's just full of restrictions. Kind of a hassle. And if you have dogs, you're going to leave your dogs for up to 13 hours to take this bus. That's one of the big reasons for us. But where the Alaskans go, just to the east in the former road before they built all the other highways into the park, it's called the Denali Highway. 120 miles of land that you can do whatever the heck you want on. There's a few places that there's no motorized vehicles and you got to walk in only or bike. It is a playground. That's where Alaskans go to play. And it's right there, by Denali National Park. So do not miss that stretch of road when you do Alaska.
Hunt, fish, kayak, berry pick. Just look at the tundra. In the fall is our favorite time to go because the landscape is like nothing you've ever seen.
And the blueberries, just countless,
you
hundreds of thousands
sit down on the tundra and eat them all around you.
Totally worth your stop.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm getting all the Utah ones today. Next up is Antelope Island. I almost called it Valley.
That's in California.
So Antelope Island, it's just a little north of Salt Lake City. It's actually on Salt Lake, and you can go down and see the lake. Basically what it is, it's an island you drive out onto. Be forewarned that they close the gates at like 7 or 8 in the evening, and you can no longer get in or out. So, no late dinners or anything like that if you're camping out there. But once you're out there, they have lots of wildlife. There's a buffalo herd out there. You can go down and take walks on the lake. We had the most fun going out and videoing the sunset. I remember sitting there and meditating on the rocks.
It was just not enough time. Only one night. We showed up in the afternoon, had to leave in the morning.
Yeah.
We did what we could.
The big part to think about when you go to Antelope Island is the timing, because if you go in the summertime, apparently the lake can smell pretty bad. And then there are also times of the year when the bugs are hatching and they're really bad. We went in the fall and no bugs. It didn't smell. The temperature was perfect, and we had a fantastic time.
That was early November.
It was.
Okay, now this next one is absolutely breathtaking. So it's a stretch of the PCH, so we're heading out west to California, Pacific Coast Highway, roughly, I'm gonna call it between like San Luis Obispo and Monterey. The one right there. It is one of the most spectacular drives in the nation. It's not a national park. There's state parks in the area. Keep in mind, sometimes the one is closed. At this time, I believe it is. So you may not make it all the way through, but we have explored some of the back roads that head up the mountain towards the military base and the mission up there. So
which is definitely a drive.
This coastline is breathtaking. Golden hour shots. You have forests with babbling creeks. I can't say enough.
Light stations to visit if you like history. There's the ancient trees that have been there for eons.
The one downfall to this place is that in the summer months, it is also going to resemble the crowds of national parks. So
you have to
keep
be
that in mind
about when you visit if you want to have a relaxing experience. But we went in January, December-ish. It was fantastic. It was a little on the cool side and it rained. But
toughen up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
It's worth it in the off season.
It totally is. And it's gorgeous.
All right. Well, that's a wrap for our 5 alternatives to national parks in the United States. But like we said before, hashtag #ThinkOutsideThePark. Put your recommendations in the comments below, because we said it before, that is where the true value. We're only 2 people.
Well, and we had to choose only 5 because we could have made a 2-hour video about this.
Exactly.
We had to just choose a few to share with you. There are many more that we've been to.
You guys are thousands of people. So comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.